Hey everyone, my name is Deanda. Welcome to my channel. I want to tell you guys about this thing that I did last night. I am not even gonna fool around. Girl, let's just get straight into it. So last night, I, for the first time in probably 7 or so years, I reached for this. Can you see it? Will it focus? Y'all, this is hair grease. I greased my scalp last night. I got my hair flat ironed. What is it? Today's Wednesday, so 2 days ago, Monday, it was MLK Junior Day. I went to get my hair straightened that day. And you know how like nowadays when you get your hair straightened, they don't really put anything on the hair because they want it to be like light and flowy and all that kind of thing. It's great. It's really great. However, I spent the last 6 months in protective styling. So I had braids, twists, that kind of thing. And when I have braids and those kinds of styles, I honestly treat my own hair like trash. It is ridiculous. Like, I barely take care of it, barely moisturize it. And so my scalp was in terrible condition. And so when I got my hair straightened, like it looked nice, it was like flowy or whatever, but it was dry. Sometimes my stylist does this jojoba oil conditioning treatment that she puts on the hair, or sometimes she doesn't do it. And so Monday was one of the times that like I didn't get the treatment, and so my hair just felt very dry. And my scalp was also dry. That's from like 6 months of not really taking care of my hair. And so I got home and I was like, I just don't like the way it feels. I like when I like rub my hair together and it just feels very like silky and like moisturized. I was not getting that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grease my scalp, because it just dawned on me that like when your lips are dry, what do? You put moisturizer on them. You put chapstick on, right? When your hands are dry, you wash your hands are dry. What do? You put lotion on them. You come out of the shower, your body is dry. What do you do to your body? Do you spray it with water? No. You put a moisturizer on it. You moisturize that thing. You grab your butters, your lotions, you moisturize. And so I'm like, my scalp is a part of my skin. Why wouldn't I moisturize it? And honestly, like it's really because we've been told over the last several years, when natural hair became like a big thing, not to use grease anymore. But before like the big boom of natural hair in the early 2000s, like 2008, 2009, probably around 2010 is like when it really was going strong. Like a lot of people were going natural. But before then, y'all, we were using grease. We were using Blue Magic, Dax, Murray's. We were using grease in our hair, and I actually have never used Murray's before. I didn't really own any grease of my own, but my husband just recently bought this for my son, my son got into it. You can see there my 3-year-old, and that's why it looks the way it does. But I just reached for this because it's all that I had, and I greased my scalp, and I was like, this is so crazy. I just got a blowout. What is my hair gonna look like after I put grease on it? Because you know how like when we used to grease our scalp back in the day, like your hair was super flat. It was just like slick, pressed down to your head, no movement, no body. And so I was willing to risk that to moisturize my scalp because it was just kind of uncomfortable, honestly. But I was pleasantly surprised this morning. I unwrapped my hair, and it's not really like as bouncy, or like it doesn't have as much movement as it did yesterday before I greased my scalp. But y'all, this is not bad, and it's shinier because it looked kind of dry yesterday. It's shinier, it feels better when I run the comb through it. Like I'm not really having any hair come out. It is just, we've been sleeping on hair grease. Like they've told us to stop using that. It clogs your pores and all this. But today I told my husband, I was like, when Madam CJ Walker, like if she's the one who invented grease, when she started doing this, like people have been greasing their hair and their scalp for years. And just because someone's been doing something for a really long time, or a group of people have been doing something for an extremely long time, doesn't necessarily mean that it's the right way or it's the best way. or it doesn't mean that there's not a better way, but I feel like it was working for us before the whole natural hair movement came and took over and was like, stop doing that. And honestly, I feel like we have been bam freaking boozled by the natural hair industry. I really do, because before the whole natural hair craze started, you could buy like a regular size bottle of shampoo for African American hair, for textured hair. You could buy a full-size bottle of conditioner or a little tub of conditioner. My go-to used to be the LaCare cholesterol that you could get in a little tub for about less than $5. Like, you could get hair care products for textured hair so affordably. Now that they know that we love taking care of our natural textured tresses so much, the bottles are much smaller. Like, instead of getting a 16-ounce bottle, we now get bottles of like 7.5 or 8 ounces of product. Instead of paying $5 or $6, we're now paying like $13 to $14 for one 8-ounce product. Like, I know there's supposed to be some more natural ingredients in some of the newer natural hair products, but is it really that different? Is it that much more expensive to produce these new products than the products of yesterdecade? Like, what's going on? I really feel like, what is the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I feel like we're being taken advantage of. They know how much we want to care for and love our hair, and they're just charging us whatever kind of ridiculous prices. And here we are, I mean, myself included, paying for it. I'm trying something different this year. This year, I'm going to be moisturizing my hair with a light hair grease. This is Murray's Super Light, okay? My hair grease of choice back in the day used to be Blue Magic Coconut Oil. Way back in the day when my mom used to do my hair, she used just like the green Blue Magic, and it smelled so bad. And I promised myself as a young elementary school girl that I would never put grease in my hair when I was old enough to do it myself, because I hated the smell. Like, the smell of the grease was just ingrained into my pillow, and when I went to sleep at night, like, I could smell the grease in my pillow, and I just hated the smell of the green Blue Magic. The coconut oil Blue Magic is not bad, but the green Blue Magic, there's just some like sort of nightmarish nostalgia that I get when I think about the green Blue Magic, or the Dax. We used to use the green or the blue Dax and the green Blue Magic, and I'm just like, that I can never go back to. This one doesn't really smell like anything. It's not bad. It's super light. As you can see, it didn't weigh my hair down too much. If I, do this, still have a little bit of movement going. And so this year, I'm going to be moisturizing my hair with hair grease. My hair has been about this length for the last several years, and I'm like, why? And I'm just like, why is my hair not growing? I thought for sure that after I took my braids out, like 6 months of wearing my hair in braids, like surely it should at least be down to my ankles. And like, it's the same length. And so I think that's because my ends get dry. I don't keep up with moisturizing my hair well. And so it breaks off, I guess. But when you put grease in your hair and it like is so greasy and it travels down, and like grease will last in your hair for a good while. In the way that these light moisturizers, I used to use Mizani rose water, like that doesn't moisturize your hair for as long. But when you put like grease in your hair, it's going, like, your hair is just going to stay moisturized for a while. And so 2020, I'm going to be trying something different. I'm going to be putting grease on my scalp, and we're just going to see how that works. Some people try different things. They cut their hair. Some people color their hair to try something new. My something new is going back to something old, and that is going to be using hair grease. So I guess you can call this my hair grease journey. I don't really have like a beauty or hair type channel, but this was something so different for me. Like, I have not greased my scalp in about 7 years. And last night I had my grease, well, my son's grease, rat tail comb, my hair clips, and I just, started parting. My son is like in the other room, right on the other side of this wall, playing on his microphone and piano. So if you hear some stuff in the background, that's what it is. So yeah, This is my hair grease journey. I'm just gonna be, you know, let me turn around so you guys can see. I'm going to be using hair grease to keep my scalp moisturized. And because my hair touches my scalp, it's also going to keep my hair moisturized. People may think that I'm crazy for doing this, but look, it is what it is. And so this is what we're doing. What are your thoughts on hair grease? Greasing your scalp, oiling your scalp? What do you use to keep your hair moisturized if you have textured hair like I do? I would love to know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? What do you think about like the outrageous prices that we've been paying for natural hair care products? There are some affordable ones, but by and large, most of them are just, the prices are really up there. And the quantity of product is not. They know how much hair we have. We can't use dime size anything. Like, come on, let's be real. So, this video is longer than I thought it would be. It's very out of the ordinary of what I usually film on my channel, but I thought it would be fun. And so, let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. On my channel, I typically do videos that highlight the different aspects of my life as a wife, a Christian woman, a mother of a toddler, a second grade teacher, and it's my aim to teach you, help you, or provide inspiration for your everyday life in some way through my videos. So if any of that's your cup of tea, then by all means subscribe, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.